Hey everybody, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is September. That means we've been doing this another month, and time to weigh in, see how the month went, as far as weight goes anyways. So the question is, do you want the good news or the bad news? We'll go with the good news. Take it away, Marshall.
Hey, well, guess what, kids? It's September 1st. You know what that means? It means Labor Day's almost here. No, it means, well, it does. But it also means that it's weigh-in day today. I was going to ask Big yesterday. I was like, it was the last day of the month. And I was like, do we weigh in today or do I wait till tomorrow? And I didn't weigh in. I was going to ask him. And then he texted later on and said, hey, are you worried about your weigh-in tomorrow? So that told me that I made the right decision and that September 1st was the day to weigh in. So I weighed in this morning and I was hoping to get under 400 pounds. It wasn't a goal, but it was a wish last time I weighed in. So how did I do? Let's find out. Yes, there you go. I weighed in at 401.2 pounds. So what are the statistics on that? Let me get my cheat sheet here ready to go. So 401.2. So that means I lost in the month of August 17.2 pounds. Yeah, I'm not under 400 pounds, but 17.2 pounds is nothing to be complaining about. That is a great amount of weight to lose. And 401.2 is just a number. It's just a gauge. It's just the weathercock on top of the farm telling me where the wind is blowing. The wind is blowing down. My weight is going down. These numbers, while as accurate as I can make them, are kind of arbitrary. You know, I have two scales at home. And I've been using one scale, but it's been kind of flaky lately. Like I step on it, it tells me a weight. I get off, I get back on it. It tells me a weight that's a little bit off of that. And one day, last month or early in the month, I was weighing because I wanted to see if I could get this other scale to work. And man, it was way off. It was totally different every time. Well, like within 10, 15 pounds. I'm like, well, geez, how do I gauge it with that? So today I weighed on that older scale that I was using. And it had me at one time. Well, it was like 401 point something. And then I'd get back on. It was 400 and something. And then one time I got on, it was 399.6 or something like that. I'm like, ooh, I could go for that number just to say that I was underneath 400 pounds. But then I stepped on it a couple other times and it was always over 400. But it was differing. So I got on the other scale and man, every time I got on it, 401.2, got off, got back on 401.2. And so I would rather go with the consistent number rather than cherry pick the number that I like, because it gives me a good feeling to say I'm under 400 pounds. Well, you know what? That's not what this is about. This is about progress. This is about keeping going, right? And I'm going in the right direction. The wind is blowing in the right direction for me. So 17.2 pounds is nothing to sneeze at. No, it's nothing to sneeze at, so I shouldn't be doing that. So what does that mean total? So from when I started measuring this around the middle of March, I've lost 50 and a quarter pound, basically. So just over 50 pounds since March. Again, that is quite an achievement, quite an improvement. I feel good about that. I'm happy with that number. So total percent weight loss since March is 11.13% of my weight I have lost in, let's see, this is September, so I have to count it out on my fingers, folks. So for March, and then April, May, June, July, August. So 5 months. 5 months, I've lost 11.13% of my total body fat. I like it. I like it. I like where I'm going with this. And, you know, these are big numbers, but I'm extremely overweight. I am morbidly obese. I have so much weight to lose. I am very unhealthy. And boy, I could go on a whole nother kick about that. I did that on my podcast recently, and I need to do a follow-up to that one because I've learned some more since then. But you know, you look at my numbers, you look at my labs, you look at what a doctor would look at me and without just saying, okay, you're overweight, because obviously I'm over my BMI by a large margin. I'm, you know, over 400 pounds. So obviously that's not healthy. But if you look at my labs, I'm not pre-diabetic. So I'm not even close to having diabetes. At least as far as the blood work currently at this time goes, I am not pre-diabetic, and my blood pressure is good. I'm being more active, and so I can move pretty well. From a medical perspective, if you just discount the BMI and just being morbidly obese in and of itself, you could look at me and say, he's a pretty healthy guy. Despite his weight, he's a very healthy guy. And there's this whole movement out there called healthy at any size or something like that. And I could be a case for that, saying, look at me. Yeah, I'm overweight, but it's okay because look at me, I'm healthy. And to anybody that says that, I would say, yeah, you're right. I'm a healthy guy and I'm overweight. But that's right now. This is a snapshot in my life. And I feel very lucky that I'm healthy and that I'm not having extreme problems. But, Big and I are working on some videos for showing our non-scale victories. And just the quality of life that I have since March is drastically improved. I enjoy my life a lot more because I feel better. I can do more. All that kind of stuff. Where the quality of my life 6 months ago was pretty, I'd say let's go back a year. I had given up on myself. I had said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to hike anymore. I'm not going to be able to go out in nature and do the things that I like to do. I'm just going to have to be a homebody. I'm not going to be able to be active. I'm too fat. I can't do it, and I can't lose weight. And while I wasn't showing signs of major depression or chronic depression or whatever, that is a sad frame of mind to have, that my life is over. I'm just over 50, and I'm 52, and to say that my active days are over and I'm just going to have to be a homebody, that's a sad, depressing thought, especially now because I feel so much better and I'm doing so much more. And a lot of it came, last October, I decided I'm going to have to be active, and I forced myself to walk every day or exercise every day, do something, get out, be active, not be hardcore, super fit, trying to run a marathon or anything like that, but just getting out and walking every day, or walking some stairs or whatever. And I called it the walk of life, and I started doing this every week. And I did a podcast about it. And I've continued to do that. And this was before I was doing carnivore. And so I started that momentum. Big challenge me on the carnivore, and we've been doing that ever since, with a couple little bumps as far as I'm concerned. I've had a couple little bumps on the carnivore road. But anyway, all this to say, I'm glad that I'm progressing. I'm glad that I'm losing weight. I feel better than I have in a long time, and I'm going to keep going. That's not just a catchphrase. That is my motto. That is what I want to do. I want to keep going, and I don't want it to stop. I want to feel better than I do now even. And I'm so happy with the progress that I'm making, but I'm not satisfied, because I just need to keep going. I need to keep it in mind. I can't fall back into old habits. I can't give up on myself like I had. I have to keep going. And that's, it's funny. I've made that a catchphrase because with Big's encouragement, but it truly is my motto. It truly is what I'm trying to accomplish in my life. I'm trying to keep going in a positive direction, being healthy and active, and losing weight is all part of it. And so I've said too much. I'll let you get back to your life. And but I really am happy about this. Yeah, I'll get under 400. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, it would have been great to say, look at this. I am under 400 pounds. My next goal is to get under 300 pounds, which it still is. That hasn't changed. My next goal is not to be under 300 pounds. It's to be under 350 or under 375. It's to keep going. It's to progress and just keep getting better. And I'm going to run into plateaus. I'm going to get stuck where I can't lose weight very fast. And that's going to happen, but I just need to push through it. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this. So I hope that you are having success in your efforts, and any encouragement that I can offer you, reach out on this YouTube, reach out on the Facebook group, and I'll do my best to help you do the things you want to do also. Not that I'm a coach, life coach, not that I'm anything, but I can share my joy. I can share the things that I've learned. And that's really what this whole thing, what Big Anklevich on Health, that I'm privileged to be a part of, is all about. It's sharing our journey. It's and if that provides inspiration for you, awesome. And anything else that I can do to help, let me know. All right, I'm out of here, and I'll be back next month. And hopefully things keep going. The wind keeps blowing in the right direction. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, so there you go. Now it is time for the bad news. That's right. My way in. I was worried about it before the day arrived. I talked about it in one of the videos. I just wasn't seeing an obvious difference. Last time around, I weighed 269. I made it just under 270, and I was pretty excited because that was a decent drop for me. That was only a couple of weeks, and I dropped about 6 pounds, so I was pretty excited. But this time around, I was afraid that wouldn't be the case. And I was afraid what that would do to me. Would that upset me? Would that make me too depressed? I prepared myself for the worst. It could be a low number. What I really hoped was that I got down about 10 pounds and now I was under 260. Oh my gosh, that would be so great. I had no idea where I was at because I actually didn't step on the scale for the entire month. And So I got on the scale, and what did I get? So yeah, there you go. I mean, this picture doesn't really tell you what I got because the dumb scale, it defies all photos, but I typed it on there for you. Yeah, I got 266, which is only 3 pounds that I lost in the entire month. That just was worse than I thought it would be. I couldn't imagine it being that low, to tell you the truth. That was by far the worst that I've been since I started keeping track back in May. And it just didn't go well at all. I definitely wasn't under 260. It wasn't in the 50s again. It's hard not to be upset about that. It's hard not to be depressed. I know that weight is not the most important thing, and there's so many other ways to measure what's going on, and there could be different things going on in me. I don't know if I've told this story before, but there was a lady that I read her tale on one of those Facebook groups, and she talked about how she went months without losing any weight and was so upset. But it turned out, because she had a DEXA scan right before starting carnivore, and then after months later, she got another one, and her body had completely, recompositioned itself to where her bones, which she was actually having problems with, they were on the verge of osteoporosis. They were so, thin. I'm not sure what the right word for it is. It's not coming to me. But yeah, her bones had gotten more dense. They'd filled back in all of those minerals and things that she'd been missing. And so, there's a lot of different things that could be going on. And I know that could be happening with me. There's you're gaining muscle and losing fat or whatever. And if I could see it, then I might, be less upset, I guess, about it. But it's hard to see. You don't see it in a month. Maybe you'd see it in 6 months or something. But I know that there are a lot of non-scale victories that I've had. And me and Marshall are going to do a video all about non-scale victories here in just a few days. And talk about the things that, that we've managed to have big successes at because of carnivore, because of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, that aren't just the number on the scale, because that doesn't always tell the tale. But yeah, I'm kind of bummed, I have to admit. I think my biggest problem is just the fact that I've done this before, and when I did it before, it went really well. Went a lot better. I lost weight really fast. And, Marshall is pretty similar to what I used to be like. He lost almost, 17 something pounds? I forgot now. He lost almost enough to be under 400 pounds. And, I did that. It was like the first week that I did carnivore in 2019. I lost that much in a week. And yeah, here I am, and I don't know if I've lost that much the whole time. I mean, it's frustrating. I have to say, but again, there's other things than just the scale. And I know that this has made me healthy in many, many other ways. And there's no way that I'm leaving it behind. I'm not going to go in search of some other thing to give me a better number on the scale, because I don't need to. I am way more healthy than I was when I started. For example, here's my blood sugar. I took that today too for the first time in a month, and right where it should be, 85. That's a exactly normal blood sugar range. Before I started doing this, it was 200, 300. It was bad. and I was dying basically by not taking care of myself. Now I am taking care of myself, and I don't even have to worry. I'm not even worried at all about diabetes. I'm willing to bet that if I went and got an A1C, it would say, "You're not a diabetic. What are you talking about?" Because it wouldn't even be in the diabetic range. So I'm not even worried about that at all. But I would like to see some more change on the scale, darn it. I don't know. It seems like generally, with a regular diet, they say eat less and move more. But with carnivore, people say eat more and more fat, which seems counterintuitive for losing weight, but I think it's actually probably correct. So I probably just need to eat more, feed my body and get it back to the state that it should be in, and then maybe I'll start losing pounds. I don't know. If you have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments or head over to our Facebook group, Big Anklevich on Health Facebook group. You can find the link down below. And yeah, I would love some suggestions. Tell me what maybe am I doing wrong? Do I need to add exercise in? I haven't been doing it regularly. I did a little, but Dana Spencer says that you should walk every day. That's what got her to get through it. I think finding a way to sleep better might really help me too. Sleep okay, but not great. Not getting enough sleep, I don't think. I need to go to sleep earlier. But there's a lot of things that I want to do, and so sometimes I stay up late to do them. I did that the night before weighing in, for that matter. I needed to write extra words to reach my word count goal, so I stayed up an extra hour and wrote them. Maybe that torpedoed maybe I would have been at 264 if I hadn't done that. I don't know. You never know. That's one thing about weighing yourself. It could be different just from morning to night and so on. So I don't put too much stock into it. But that's where we're at so far. Marshall's doing great. I'm doing all right. And we're going to keep going, because that's what we do on this show. We keep going. So we'll see you guys again next time. Thanks for watching Big Anklevich on Health.